saying where you're going away to. Should I worry that you won't come back? Should I worry that you will forget? My sense is telling me I shouldn't worry, you know the truth. Ooh, yeah. I can never take away our story now. And I know you feel it too, our story, it's too precious now. Yeah.
There you go. Now it's not playing music.
I like the music, though. It makes me happy.
That's
I
better.
bless the rains
Sorry,
down
Tico.
in Africa.
Brenna's phone is now charged. There we go. Yep.
Hooray.
But no chat on the box, huh?
No jet on the box. You might just want to get rid of the box.
Well, if we should at least put it to good use.
No, no. I'm just gonna be down here. Hi, how you doing?
They got a wicked man spread going here.
Oh gosh.
Hello. Now I'm too lazy to move back. This feels really nice on my shoulder.
Awesome. So, hey guys, welcome to the Mr. Dragonfire stream. Today, host the amazing Zach.
We're here too. We're here. My voice is dying.
We are here. We are here. We are here.
We're here.
God, this is already in so many different places.
Why is my
It's
voice so dead?
So, I wish I could say your name so badly.
Antiseptic love.
There we
Oh,
go.
antiseptics. Here. Hi.
Antiseptic.
Antiseptic.
Oh, guys, wait, we should change seats of in Cadium order. Here, Cam, go on this side.
Stop it.
Showing Cam's face would be copyright infringement. Yeah.
Yeah, it's copywritten.
Alright, let's just...
See,
let's
Best
just
Way
walk
Disposal really takes care of their trash.
out. Or our trash.
Oh, that's so sweet. 'Cause I want to throw you guys in the garbage, and you're making that's so cute.
Hey, on the bright side, the trash compactor is always open.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So we can get rid of this then.
Or that.
We got 6
Wait,
watching.
you're a trash compactor. Just
Oh, you're such a trash compactor.
that is a great insult. You trash compactor.
I just want to see what it looks like at 720p, and I'm going back to
It's
144.
better than calling someone
It's,
trash.
it's on a,
Oh, that
it's
looks
on a different
really
Wi-Fi.
good.
It's on a different Wi-Fi.
That looks really good.
Oh my gosh.
So, no game tonight. We're just
Look
hanging out and
at
talking to
that.
you guys. Doing a little Q&A.
What an insult. Yep.
Yes.
So, if you guys have any questions, ask me your questions, and I will ignore
Speaking of
them.
Jack's films. Yeah, that. Okay, no.
I was like, oh.
I haven't seen his recent video, so you can't spoil it for me. I'm kidding. I was the first.
Yeah, I was like, what?
I saw it this morning. I was showing it to you.
Yeah, you showed it to me. Yeah, so
Please use that
I
insult.
think we should tell stories.
Okay. Let's tell stories about each other. I have a story about Cam.
Long time ago.
Everyone does.
In a galaxy.
8th
far
grade
away.
mountain lab is an
Yeah,
event
blue
that our
roses.
school
This is now hurting.
is an event that our school does. We go up for 2 days to a camp in the woods, and I started to get to know Cam the summer before 7th grade.
Oh boy.
That was 7th grade.
Basketball.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. That's a whole other story I gotta tell after you're done.
So 8th grade mountain lab.
Okay.
I had started hanging out with Cam and his friends because I realized sports life wasn't for me. Because
Me and Ryan are going to be acting out the scene.
Brennan, your question will be there after this.
Yeah.
Just so you're aware.
We'll
We
be
will act
acting
this
out.
out behind the couch.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So we will be doing the scene as Zach is explaining it.
All
So
right.
do go into detail.
So okay, so here's what's happened.
Play Zach.
Do you, here I'll angle it up slightly more.
Yeah. Okay, we can stand.
Oh, yeah,
You just there we go.
Okay.
There we go. Hey.
So I will play Zach, and you can play me. So
Okay.
Start
Cam.
off scene.
So should I tell the basketball one or should I tell the?
No, I'm gonna tell the
okay,
basketball one.
Sorry. Okay, so 8th grade mountain lab. Our school takes all the 8th graders and we go up to the mountains.
Hey.
And when we're at the mountains, like we were able to decide what cabins we wanted to be in. And I had a best friend throughout all of elementary.
Mickey Cabin.
Wow, artistic.
Wait, make a window.
Oh.
There we go.
How do you, what?
No, I meant like just put your thumb out. There we go. Window.
Okay,
Illuminati
so
confirmed.
my childhood best friend and I had grown apart because he wanted to do sports and I realized that I suck at sports. Well, they've grown apart. They're growing apart.
There we
So
go.
I started hanging out with Cam and Cam's friends more because Cam was the cool kid of the school that everyone likes.
I'm the cool kid.
Still does. And so in our cabin, I was able to go with Cam, and my dad was actually one of the counselors there, but they had like their own separate room, and it was awesome for them. Cam loves being the best at everything he can, or at least he was like very obsessed with it when he was younger.
I'm obsessed with being the best.
So
So I'm wearing a jacket. That's how that works.
so
Okay. Don't judge.
Cam, like we thought we had to wake up one morning super early at like 7 a.m.
7 a.m. We're playing ping pong.
to do a to like do dishes or something or like prep breakfast. I don't even know. He was wrong. We didn't have to do that. But Cam, being so full of energy and wanting to be the best, wanted to prove his worth to all of his friends. And so it was late at night. I think I was in the bunk above you.
Moon.
I was passed out asleep, and then Cam woke up. And the moon was still out. Yeah, the moon was still out.
I have to be both. Okay, you're the moon.
And Cam, I don't know why, but he thought it was 7 o'clock. He's like, okay, time to wake everyone up so that we can get ready for the day and enjoy our lovely activity that we have to do.
Hey.
Cabin mates.
Wake up.
No,
wait.
it's not that. It's worse. It's worse. So while
I'm a
everyone
sleeping
is
cabin mate.
passed out asleep, including yours truly, which is me, Cam
him.
sits up and in his best, most sultry voice, he says, "Good morning, Fairmount." And Fairmount,
that's
hang
not-
on.
Okay.
Fairmount is the name of our cabin, and so we all we talked about like we were
Good
Fairmount.
morning, Fairmount.
Hang on, but it wasn't like that. It was, "Good morning, Fairmount."
So my voice right now, anyways.
Yes. And I could hear it through my headphones. I am so
The
sorry.
chat is blowing up.
Sports suck.
Yes.
Show. Okay. My ears. So that was Cam. That is Cam as a child. We woke up, yelled at Cam, made fun of him. For
Good morning,
screaming
Fairmount.
out
Okay.
higher and louder for the next 3 years. And that's my story of Cam. All right.
Yay.
Time to read some comments.
Tell us what you thought about our improv.
I think we're having more fun acting it out. Than...
Not letting me. Oh, wait. Oh, are we good? Okay, we're good.
Oh, we're back?
We're back.
We're back. Okay.
We're back.
Okay.
I apologize. That was Cam's fault.
So,
Oh, Wolf's house is here.
Oh, hey, dude, we have
Hey.
so many fun people. Were you
Oh,
able to read
gosh.
the comments and everything?
What?
Were you able to read the comments and
Okay.
everything?
Sure. Hi, Wolf's house.
okay.
So, and the reaction to the reaction. Yep.
Oh yeah, glad you liked
Sports
it.
suck.
So, it is now time for my basketball story.
And I will act out the entire thing on my own.
Okay.
Starring...
Also, after that, I have a question from.
Oh,
from
you're
Mandy.
asking right now.
Okay, we'll do. Okay, actually, yeah, let's do.
Okay, it's college stuff.
Oh
because
no.
we we have to do college stuff.
Oh,
So,
no.
where are you going to college? And what are you doing?
Okay, Ryan, you actually know, so we'll start off strong, and then it can.
Going to
Progress down.
Arkansas. I'm going to Arkansas.
Go to Arkansas.
And in fact, a lot of people left us because the stream stopped. So we're just going to get people back real quick. I'm going to Arkansas for film, digital cinema. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll have my voice back by then.
Yeah.
In
In
the
6
com-
months.
Yeah, no, like
How
9
lo-
months.
how
Brennan's here.
How long have you been accepted? That's another good question.
A very long time.
Okay, yeah. I was gonna say
Yeah.
because you were accepted since like November, right?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Something
Yeah, so he made the
crazy.
okay, this is happening. He made the rest of us feel kind of bad because most of us weren't even accepted into a college, much less the one we wanted to go to at that time. So he kind of knew, which kind of sucked.
You've been accepted.
Not gonna lie.
Don't be dramatic.
Is there random lag spikes? I think that's the software. Sorry.
I don't know where I'm going to college, but I want to study mathematics, and I would like to become a teacher eventually. Thank
Yeah.
you, Cam.
I would actually like to go to probably Biola or Taylor University and study business and film acting so that I can be a film actor long term.
With me.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd
I'm
be
hoping
great.
I can like find him on a
Also,
random project.
Zach, we're ready for your skit because the camera's tilted up. Yay for teachers.
Oh my gosh, I need help. Or else I'm gonna go backwards.
Oh gosh.
Just get up there. There you go. Okay, so picture this. The year was somewhere around 2012, I believe.
Film actor sounds pretty rad.
2013. That's what it was. The year was 2013. I had spiky hair. Yeah, that's what we're talking about here. Please do enact. Yep, okay. And I had just begun to know this dorky little Doctor Who nerd I knew as Zachary Mast. Oh. And so, as time went on, I got to know Zachary, and I thought, why not play sports with this kid? Because that was the only way a 7th grader knows how to bond back then. It was a very primitive time in 2013. So we decided, why don't we play basketball? Now, this was a great idea in theory, until you factor in that neither me nor Zach were good at basketball, nor liked anyone else on the team. So we show up, and we're thinking, okay, I'm a little nervous about this, but it's going to be okay. We walked in like the dorks we were. Good. Good. Okay. So we walked in like the dorks we were. We were thinking, okay, well, at least if there's 2 of us, we can survive this sea of people. And what a sea of people it was. Because, let me tell you, a whole 5 kids showed up that day. 5 kids to be on the team. Coached by one of the dads of the kids who will remain anonymous, and one of Zachary's parents. I will leave you to guess whether or not it was his mother or father. And
Here, can I give a little hint?
yes.
My dad has coached me in every single sport that I've played.
So naturally his mom felt jealous and coached us in basketball. So anyways, we get there, there's 5 kids. We're thinking, okay, this is great. We're going to have a lot of court time. Wrong! Because we get to the first game. We are tired 1 quarter in. We are running our butts off against kids who in no way should have been in 8th grade. Because
They were like, they were...
it was like...
This is Cam with spiky hair. They were like this.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh my gosh.
it was like fighting the Philistines in real action. It was like the
Oh,
Philistines playing basketball. It was awful.
5 is a lot, by the way.
Yeah.
So,
So we get there. We barely have enough members to play each game because each week no one can get sick or the game is actually canceled and we forfeit.
God.
So, long story short, when the final tally came up, we get to the ending party of our basketball game. We have run our butts off. We've worked so hard. We've done everything in our power. And me and Zach had collectively scored over the season 3 baskets.
Which is 9 points.
I'll have you know, no.
All right, 6
I'll have
points.
you know all
whatever.
3 were mine.
No, that's so not true. I made 2. I made 2 of them. You were the weakest link.
No, I was not.
Yes.
I was the 3rd highest score on our team of 5.
Victor to the historian.
I wasn't part of it, so.
Yeah, so get out.
Oh.
Oh, I shocked you.
Man, we have a history with that,
I have
don't
a
we?
story to tell Ryan about Ryan next.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Well, stop. Shit, I'm not done.
Okay.
Okay. So our 6 points, we felt pretty good about it
Zach and I.
until Zach.
Grammar boy.
Oh well, is that what they said?
Tico just corrected your grammar.
Tico, we're gonna have a discussion with your mother tomorrow about how you need to give me lessons in grammar. So, long story short, if you and your best friend are in 7th grade at the moment and looking for an occupation to build your friendship, I would highly recommend junior high basketball actually, because I really bonded with this dude because it was either him or the 4 other kids on the team, so I chose him. So that was pretty nice. So, there you have it.
We could mention some of the other people on the team.
Oh yeah. So there was. Must we though? Must we? Okay.
I see.
Oh, by the way, these are all people that
Tico's
suck at
fine with that, by the way.
Yeah, none of us were good.
Wait, did you know how many games we won?
I think if you bend the number, you get the number we want.
So literally at the end of the season, we won 0 games
and
out
made
of the...
3 baskets. But I've never
How
been.
many games did we play in camp?
We played in. I have no idea.
And I could have sworn. So I could have sworn that there was originally 7 people on the team to start, and then
Oh,
by
maybe
the
that's true.
end there were 5. And by what I mean by the end is halfway through the season there were 5.
Oh my gosh.
And then there were 5. I'll have you know though, I've never been thinner in my entire life, and I've always struggled to keep off weight. So it was really actually very nice for me, because I was such a chunky monkey in 7th grade, as many of you know. I can't even joke about that. I was really concerned for my health. But, yeah. Because I was skinny as a toothpick. It was really bad.
That's from the stream.
You're watching us? We're streaming.
No, I watched the video, like the first
okay.
one, and then we
Okay.
had to end it, so...
So yeah, that was quite the time. So that was 7th grade basketball with Cam and Zach. I hope you
All right,
enjoyed.
time for the story.
Time for a story with
so
Ryan.
excited.
I'm gonna act out.
All right.
You have to sit
Do I need to act out
So
too? How many people
you
do
need
for
to.
the story?
There's 2. It's me and you.
And then there is musical where I met Cam and Zach. So happy. I have no idea how I met you, Ryan, but I'm so happy I did.
Wait,
Thank you.
Who said that?
Who? Chica?
Mandy.
Oh, Mandy. I remember that. You were so nice to me.
Mandy invited me
You
to
were so
prom.
nice to me.
So I went to prom with the senior.
Okay, I'll be me.
Okay, as a sophomore. All right. Today I'm going to tell you a story.
I don't actually know. I don't know what story this is.
Screw you. Okay.
I'll know what it is.
You all know what it is. So, Cam and I have known each other since 7th grade. Ryan hasn't we haven't
I'm Zach.
hi. Okay. Ryan and I started to get to know each other throughout the course of 10th grade.
Every class.
Yeah, so we had 5 classes in a row together originally. 5 out of 7. We had first period, second period, third period, fourth period, and then 7th period. So if you count that, it's kind of in a row. Ryan was lame, so he dropped out of the second period class that I had with him, which was weights and conditioning. So I was forced to work out with a bunch of 12th graders. That was gross. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry.
one of these main classes that we had together was Spanish, third period.
Juan.
Continuing on, Ryan and I didn't pay attention at all. So we were always just either doodling, talking, or doodling and talking. Eventually this came to a point where we decided, you know what, Spanish is a boring language. Let's spice it up. So we made a spicy meatball. And we actually invented our own language.
That was fun.
That was really fun.
So much fun.
So much fun. I still have papers that have our language on it. But it's basically, it was a bunch of lines that translated into... Oh, Cam, you gotta figure out framing.
Okay.
Okay. It was a bunch of lines, and then there were dots that represented vowels. It was very complex.
It was amazing.
But we would literally write each other just notes the entire class, not pay attention, and then just be talking to each other the whole time.
Yep.
Eventually we got separated. That didn't stop us. We still did it every single time. I don't know about Ryan, but I started taking notes in the language.
Yeah, that's right.
For other classes. And then we would have competitions where we could translate, so you can translate the fastest. We added more more numbers, figured all that out. And that's when I realized that Ryan was kind of smart in some areas. Thus,
Yes.
when I decided,
Some areas,
when
that's
I
very
thought,
important.
when it came to junior year, I still had some classes with Ryan, and I had. Did I have any classes with you last year?
Yeah.
Did I? Okay. Ryan was originally going to be stage crew for the musical junior year, but we ran out of guys. We needed more guys.
I am stage
Oh,
crew.
wearing black.
I am the stage crew.
On the stage.
I am the entire stage crew.
So Ryan was going to do stage crew, and we decided that's a really bad idea for Ryan. It's a waste of potential. So what we ended up doing is removing his stage crew role, and we forced him into the musical. And so Ryan, Cam, and yours truly, the most attractive person sitting on this couch right now, decided to hang out more and more, and we would like stick around after rehearsals and talk. I eventually had the bright idea to maybe hang out more often and to like kind of have a way to do that. What if we just made funny little videos that we could upload to a popular station called Vimeo? So no, it's YouTube.
Oh my god,
So many comments. Oh man. Oh, I wasn't reading those.
Juan.
And that is when we decided to create KDM Gaming. Which was our first iteration of KDM Entertainment. We all started working together. It was during musical. We were singing afterwards, and we were talking about funny ideas. And we decided, hey, what if we made videos to these? And so that's how the three of us started making KDM Entertainment. I don't think that's ever been documented before.
And if you don't believe this, you can check one of our earliest videos is actually our first vlog, which was of White Christmas.
Yes,
and
the
us
musical.
sitting in the Pine Creek Theater.
Yeah.
Was it during dress rehearsal?
Well,
at that point, or was
because
it-
what we decided to do, we
yeah.
made the channel September 6th, 2016.
There's somebody new here. Continue.
And by language, you mean
So-
symbols that correspond to
So we
letters. Yeah.
made...
Yes, Tico, you're correct with that.
About what?
By language, you mean symbols that correspond with letters. Or more.
Yes. And then there was things where if you underlined it, it was like an exclamation point. You had a little like tally, and then underlined it was a question mark. It was really complex and really fun. But yeah, so that's when we made KDM.
Yeah.
And we originally made it September 6th, and that's when we actually started recording our solo survival, or our first
Arcadium
Wow.
Realm.
KDM Realm. And then
Zach had the toaster.
I had braces.
Yeah.
hang on, better than that.
Which
remember,
one is more cringeworthy?
remember, we recorded 4 episodes in one day.
Oh yeah.
And then we deleted all of them and started over.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember
That's
that.
right. I
So
remember
the
that.
series that's up on KDM right now is not even our original
Yeah,
series. We
it's
had to try
not.
it
We
again.
literally restarted with the same world.
We did the
too.
same world.
Like,
But we had recorded 4 episodes
oh,
there.
man.
Oh my gosh, I'd forgotten all about
Yeah.
that.
Right?
That is
That's
so
right?
funny.
That's
So-
how I met Cam. Yep.
So, yeah, and so Ryan and Cam didn't know each other until I kind of forced them into doing this. Because Cam, closest friend, give me your arm.
Okay.
Okay, so Cam, and then I knew Ryan was very smart and had the, like, wisdom to do this, and I thought, hey, who's a nerd that also is funny in some circumstances? Not really, though. That would be very good to do YouTube
Ow.
with. And I thought, Cam! And I was like, oh, I need someone who's actually funny, so I asked Ryan to join us.
Hey.
It hurts. It hurts because it's true.
But yeah, so if you guys have never heard our KDM origin story, that's it.
That's how we
And
did
of
it.
course, there actually is a KDM origin story that's
Yeah.
not anything to do with real life.
Which is an actual story. Project KDM.
Story.
Go check it out. It's actually out.
Don't kill your friend Zach. From Mandy.
Ah, shoot. Well, if Mandy says so, I guess I
He
can.
was just
Yeah.
abusing me.
But yeah,
Only meant
so
physically.
Honestly,
So
my
you guys
first
didn't know
impression
each
of
other
Cam was
a
a
lot.
weird, nerdy, introverted kid who had no idea how to be around people, but
Look
I was
at my
happy to
hair.
get to know any friend of Zach.
Wait, who is this? Brenna?
That's from Mandy.
Oh, from Mandy.
I 'cause
I was-
I knew Mandy from freshman year.
I did.
Like,
I
we
did
hung
seem
out,
very
but
introverted. That makes
Oh,
a lot
yes.
of sense during Mary Poppins because I was like,
You were clinging to my arm.
yeah, I know. I literally was. I'm so sorry. It's
true.
But I walked in and I was
And now
like,
he's the lead of the musical. Huh? It's so funny how things happen like that, isn't it? Oh man, how is games afoot, Cam? I'm not
Not
bitter.
salty? You
Oh
okay
my
there?
gosh.
I didn't write an entire college essay on when it said, "What's one time that you've learned from failure?"
Oh,
that's-
that's so sad.
Well, so what it was is it was a college essay, and it's like, what is one time that you competed in something, and like, or give 2 examples, one of how you competed in something and lost, and one of how you competed in something and won. And so I did theater auditioning, and then not getting the part, but then becoming the stage manager,
Yeah.
becoming way more popular than Cam. Haha, just kidding.
College essays.
Yeah. So
Maybe.
and that was that.
okay.
I need to fix the microphone. Jeez.
It's okay. I'm not bitter towards you, Cam.
Okay, that's good.
I just
I'm
harbor
so
resentment
sorry.
in my heart.
Okay, that's better.
It's
I'm
'cause
I
sorry.
can deal with resentment.
It's because I made Cam audition too, so I can't be mad at
I
him.
know.
True.
But
made
you
me-
had
made
you
me
had
what
the
I
most
am.
fun you've ever had in a show. I think.
Oh my gosh.
I think that was probably
That's
your
probably
best
true.
Wait,
show.
Games of Foot?
Yeah.
hands
Oh, that was an
down.
amazing show.
Because you had fun as the lead, But I don't think like the musical was fun. But I think you had more fun in Games Afoot as being able to be Felix, who is you.
Yeah,
But
like literally your
but
personality.
way
more
darker.
crass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's what Cam wishes he could say.
Games was amazing.
The Games Afoot was
You're not
really
wrong.
good. The
was
lighting
so
and
funny.
sound were so good.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
flawless.
on point.
All right.
You joke, but it actually was.
Oh yeah, especially when Holly Shelley yelled
I know.
"bang."
I know. That was so.
That was so funny on stage. I was like, we're so screwed.
Okay.
That was like opening night, wasn't it?
I don't remember. It was one of the earlier ones.
Oh my gosh, because I was like, either we had one really good show and then that sound effect didn't work, or
Yeah.
it was like the very opening night, like the very first scene, the sound effect didn't work, and I was like, this is an omen, this is an omen, this is
know.
an omen.
And then it went amazing, and it was fine.
Yeah,
but...
it was great. It went great from there. It was
Yeah,
fun.
that's good.
No, I think you're
Sound
right,
is
like-
harder than lighting.
Oh,
I was gonna
yes.
say.
Yeah. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
100%.
So you're doing sound for the One Ecstasy.
I know. It was opening. Apparently.
It was
When
opening?
Mindy-
I think it was
She was
opening.
there. It was hilarious. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You might have seen the cringing face beneath my character. I was like,
Oh gosh. My favorite part of that show with Ben Corneliuson was when you guys were dragging her over, and he was just like, "What are you doing?"
we need to act this one out. Zach, come be Daria.
Can you hold
Okay.
me? No, you can't. You
For
guys
those-
aren't. You guys can't
Oh
carry
my
me.
God.
For those of you who don't know the plot of the Games Afoot, someone gets murdered, and me and a friend try to cover it up. So we're carrying this murdered woman into a closet, like so. And we're carrying her in, and my job was to get the door, so I set
Yeah.
it down, and Ben is holding Bailey,
Yeah.
who was playing Daria, right there as I'm getting the door, and I open the door, and I'm waiting for him to like push her in.
Because she
Is that-
drags her, right?
Yeah,
I
that
think
was
so, yeah.
that was the plan, and I
Oh,
hear.
he stands her up and then
Yeah.
pushes her in.
I hear silently as I'm opening the door, I hear, ow, my hair. And so I look down, and Bailey's moving. So first of all, I'm like, you can't do that. But he's also facing away from the audience. at
Oh
this
yeah,
point.
yeah.
So he was facing the opposite direction, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, what are you doing? And he turns around and he says,
Her hair is stuck in my button.
so she'd gotten her hair tangled in his crotch.
That was
So he's-
so funny.
So I'm standing there waiting with the door open, and Ben is facing the opposite direction, going like this.
With her head right there.
Her hair is stuck in my button. And Zach and I just died laughing backstage. Oh, it was so
That was
good.
fun.
Oh, it was so good. Oh,
Alright, any
Mandy
other
saw the
stories?
cringe. Brenna saw it, knew exactly what that was.
Oh my
Tico
god.
has to go wash the clay surface tablets of anti-dirtability. Yeah, and then, oh my gosh, that was hilarious. Best line ever. Gosh, I miss theater.
Oh, we miss
Theater's
you.
I'm doing theater in college, so that's one of my
Yeah, same.
requirements for
I'm
school.
probably going to do that.
I just don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, I don't plan on going into theater in the future,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
It's so much. It's so cathartic.
It is, yeah.
Like you're able to express emotions through a character.
totally.
Like it's
Yeah.
nice.
As long as you get a good character, not
Yeah, exactly. A really crappy character.
not if you're Lane Hawkins.
He was good. You did good.
You
I
did
hated
amazing.
him.
I know,
did
but you
fine.
did so good.
It's like
Justice reigneth supreme.
Injustice, right? Did you know how long it took me to get that accent?
I witnessed it. You went straight from Southern to Russian, my friend, and it was awesome.
I also went to New York occasionally.
Oh yeah. His lines at the very beginning would go something like,
Sorry. Normally you're really good.
"And justice reigneth supremeth, friend." No, what? Zach, what would you do? You'd go into Russian first. It'd be like,
I would go Russian.
I can't even replicate what he did because it was so magical. Because he would just flow seamlessly from one continent to another, and I was awestruck at his ability to just like he didn't even think about it. It was like, what was one of your longer lines? Oh yeah.
Gosh.
Listen, now I own the saloon.
I know that.
Good. Now,
And
being a man of vision, I would like to expand my saloon in the direction of your theater.
Which if
Now I
you
know.
was turned into post office 20 years ago.
Oh, man. You did so well, Zach.
It was so
Oh, thank
good.
you.
I was
It was also
that
funny-
character, though. Yeah.
It was so sad because here's another story. Me and Neil have sat next to each other in math for the last 2 years.
Oh yeah.
And one of our quirks when we've ever done math together is we will be doing a problem and it'll be silent for a couple seconds, and then one of us will pull out a random accent from our butts and we'll just put it on and we'll just talk in that accent for a little bit, and then it'll be silent for a little bit longer. And so my favorite accent to do of all time was Scottish. It was my favorite. So coming off of musical, I discovered to my dismay that every accent in my repertoire had been replaced with Hungarian. So I'd start off Scottish and then it would go to Hungarian. I'd be like, yeah, we've got to talk about the stuff, and it wouldn't happen. It was terrible.
You know what's really funny? For those of you that have had Mr. Knuth, you know that stuff is a mathematical term that he uses consistently.
Yes.
You got to take the derivative of the stuff in order to get the integral of the stuff.
That's not how that works.
No,
You know.
but I mean,
It's
like
just
they
a-
know. So
It's Mandy and Brenna.
Auntie,
They would know.
Oh no, it's just the two of them now.
Yeah, see you guys kind
We had
Oh, rip.
6 viewers, and now
We were
can't
so
ruin
good.
My life.
I know I drove them all away with the sound of my voice.
Again, the face. That's why we need to censor it. There we go. I like the red blob better. Any other stories that you guys can think of?
What's another good one?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of an embarrassing one for you because I don't have
Gosh,
another
yeah.
for you.
His first videos.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, you really want to bring that up because I think that's embarrassing for all of us.
No, I
mean,
love
yeah.
talking like a toaster.
I mean,
What was one of Ryan's embarrassing stories? This guy.
Yeah.
One.
I don't know. See, the thing is I don't know. I haven't known Ryan. I've known him since 10th grade.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked to you in younger times, but 10th grade is when we started sitting next to each other and talking actually and hanging out. And so I know a bunch of embarrassing stories about Cam, about how he murdered the 7 people, how he bombed an entire country, how he had to censor his face because the police are looking for him. But I can't think of anything for Ryan.
Yeah.
That's really bad.
It
There's
sucks.
gotta be one though.
What are the comments saying?
Oh, there's okay. Brenna said earlier the first time that she met you,
Oh, me?
you scared the crap out of her in your freaking clown costume.
Oh, yeah.
And Ian had to tell him to stop. That's great.
That's a story we can tell. First theater production we were ever in.
Yeah,
You were ever in.
that you were ever in.
I was in Guys and Dolls. I hung out with Mandy and I told her
Well,
what to do and
that's
she
the-
hated
That's
me.
your very first
I was
any
the
theater
techie.
production.
Oh no, my first theater production.
That's what we want. We want the juicy stuff.
Oh shoot, from way back when?
Oh yeah.
Can I say my first big theater production that wasn't just pathetic and
Yes.
small? Okay.
We want the good stuff.
I have one then.
Okay, good.
It was at New Life Church,
Of course.
Under God's Sea in 3D.
Under
Under God's Sea in 3D. I don't know what year this was. I was little mini Zach.
So,
Elementary for sure.
real quick, we're cutting in and out.
Oh no.
We seem to be doing okay now.
It is okay, but it just keeps having this quick little freeze and a refresh.
Are we cutting in and out for you guys? Comment real quick and let us know.
Yeah, because it might just be us
It might just be
with
us.
our internet.
Well, because I'm on a Wi-Fi that is for upstairs.
Oh yeah.
Are we cutting in and out for them?
No. Apparently
Okay.
not. Okay, so then I guess it's just the one.
Under God's Sea in 3D.
Let's get back to it. I'm looking forward to this.
Oh,
one.
it's coming sometime. Okay, good. Swifty is working as well. Yay.
Okay, awesome.
Swifty.
Yeah, look, see, this happens to me.
Yeah,
It's refreshing.
no, it's
Yay.
not refreshing anymore. Of course, it's
Oh
season
yeah,
not.
right.
Okay. So Under God's Sea in 3D was my first big show,
Oh my god.
and Caden actually was in it. The Caden that you guys know.
Oh, hey.
Caden
Yeah.
R.
Shout out to Caden.
Wow.
So he's
Whoop, whoop.
not gonna watch this ever. I think
Yeah, no.
It's okay,
he's
but they
not
know.
a fan of YouTube.
They know.
But yeah, so it was super fun. Oh, Talia was in it too.
Hey, shout out to Talia.
Delaney H.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And
Oh
I was
my
super
gosh.
savage to Talia because she got a very small part and she was super arrogant about it.
Shout out to Delaney.
Talia. Delaney was
Shout out to Talia again.
Delaney was
shout
a
outs.
character that was added that wasn't originally in the show. Regardless,
That's demoralizing.
she was
That's
she
funny,
was
that's
part
funny.
of the identical triplets. So there were some line changes.
Which were
but,
the
identical
but here's the
twins.
thing: I was a lead in
You're right, Brennan, I know who it
elementary,
was.
playing an older man, a professor. My name was Professor Gill. I was supposed to be the oldest person,
Well, yeah, because you're the only 5th grader that can grow a beard, dude.
ish.
Yeah, fair.
But no, this was probably like 4th or 3rd grade. Like this was
Okay,
young Zach.
young.
Oh, wow.
But Professor Gill was the captain of a submarine, and he takes 7 kids down in the submarine and teaches them about God's word and all this great stuff. The show's like an hour long, so it's not like the longest show in the world. It's a
Okay.
musical. I memorized it in one day. Because what they did is they gave us a disc that had all of the songs in it, but it would have the
Oh.
lines between the songs too. So it started with like the first lines, went to the first song, ended there. Then it did lines and then song, and kept on going to the
That
finale.
is really handy. I wish I had that for every show.
Yeah,
No,
that'd be
no.
nice.
So I listened to that on repeat for multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
And then I knew every single line in Professor Gill's.
That's
Like I
so
knew every,
funny.
and I wonder if I have it because it'd be really funny to watch. It was really, I remember it being really cool because there was like a submarine that was built and it was like hollowed out, and they go under the sea and they like get attacked by like jellyfish and like all this stuff. And Caden was a guy named Waldo Pointer. Oh, what was the line? It's like, and Waldo Pointer, and then he's like, hi, and then he's like, climb aboard the sub. And he starts going in the wrong direction. You're like, oh no, Waldo, it's this way. Because that was the whole thing, is he was bad with directions, so he
Where's
was
Waldo?
on the radar.
Does that lead into like a Where's Waldo thing?
I think that's why his name was
Oh.
Waldo.
Okay.
But then there was
fair.
Casey, Mia, and Taylor Bickerman, which were
I agree, Mandy.
three non-identical
I do too.
triplets with identical outstanding grades. I had an entire song that I sung by myself. There's a whale of a tale in the Bible, my friends. It's hard to
Hey.
believe, but it's true.
You could hit
So
those notes
listen,
as a
there's
kid?
wisdom with more. I was an octave higher.
Okay, I was.
So listen, there's wisdom with more than a gem. The Lord has a message for you. So gather round, students. It's a whale of a tale, and it's true. And
I'm
then
imagining it an
was the
octave
story
higher.
of
I know. Yeah, I'm like,
John
so
and
where
the
did
prophet
tell,
was
my
called.
friend?
Yeah.
Called by the Lord. Jonah was God's messenger. He was to travel and
Now we're
carry the
getting the
word
experience.
to the Nineveh villagers. Arise and go to Nineveh. I have a message to say. Anyway, I did amazing and smashed the part. We had a couple weeks, or maybe months. I don't know. I was
Cue
amazing.
applause.
I
Zach, this is
was
impressive,
best.
and Mandy said, "Please stop."
I bow. Cam, what was your first show?
My first show was called The Life of Job. This was back at our old church.
Ryan?
Mine was not.
no,
a
no,
Bible
no.
one, so I'll get to mine in
Yeah.
a sec.
So it's so funny that both of ours were church. Because ours was like, we had our youth group It was just like our daycare at
Your
church.
youth group
That was
of, like,
called that was called Project 412 after.
Oh,
Timothy
I
412.
was in a band called Experiment 412.
Yeah, it was the same verse.
Yeah.
So we were in there, and all of a sudden the youth pastor, because I don't know what else to call her.
Yeah.
Children's.
I mean,
yeah,
technically,
children's
right?
leader-ish thing. She was like, hey, why don't we put on a play for all our theater kids? And I was like, I'll try it. I didn't actually know that I liked it at that point, because this was my first show. I was like, I'll give it a shot.
That's good.
So I got the script, memorized it in a day.
Right.
It was great. I actually got so bored with the lines, I started drawing on the cover in between. I was like, this is so boring. I know this line. This is so boring. I know this line. So I would like go through it. It was covered in drawings, by the way. It was crazy. So first of all, I showed
Yes.
up to our first rehearsal, which was just like church. And I showed up, and first of all, they looked at my script. They're like, "What happened?" And I was like, "I got really bored." And then I showed up, and I put my script off to one side, and all the kids stared at me, and I was like, What's the deal?" And they were like, "You have yours memorized?" I was like, "You don't, Chumps?" And so
I can just picture Cam. You don't, Chunks? You pick a bone with me, pal?
So
I can't do that right now.
So, as it was the life of Job, I got to play Job, which was very
yeah.
flattering. I got to suffer over and over again. I was flawless. So,
Flawless
one of the
suffering.
scenes, it was so funny because I had to lay down because I had smallpox, and I was laying there nursing my sores, very good at pretending I had sores all over my body. So I sat there rubbing myself, and I couldn't help but look up at the other kids who weren't even looking at me. They were looking at their books, standing right next to me, like reading their lines. And I remember, this is the most arrogant thought I remember having as a child. I looked up at them and I was like, what a bunch of wimps. But we did the whole show, and I was the only one off book for the show. That was the scary part. This was like, this was like 4th grade. And it was like, we went to perform in front of all the other kids, and I was the only one who didn't have a script in his hand because everyone else was like reading from their books, and I was like, making me look bad, guys. It's my star moment. But anyways, that was pretty funny. So that's when I knew that I liked theater. What?
Do you remember any lines?
Oh gosh, no. There was I remember just 0 lines from that show.
Yeah.
I just remember there being a lot for my age.
That's the same for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yours.
Good
My
segue, Ryan.
my first show was a week camp at Academy Children's Theater.
Ooh.
I was part of ACT.
Oh, ACT, yeah.
Yeah.
I did that.
Wait, what does that
when I
stand
was
for?
very young. Academy.
Oh no, sorry. I meant what is it supposed to represent?
Okay. Boy.
Get hard next time, Ryan.
I
Continue.
tapped him.
I know, right?
You're fine.
My
Anyway,
acting has only gotten better, ladies and
it was
gentlemen.
a
That's not
week-long
true.
camp, and the play we were doing must have been in like a rotation of plays because they'd done it a ton of times before, and then I ended up doing it a second time when I did another camp in a different part.
And you're like, oh, I'm so good at that.
And this show, I played the villain, and so I was super pumped for this. I played the actual the full-on villain. His name was Lee. I remember that. Don't remember any of the lines, but I do remember 2 different scenes. The first one, I was sitting around a campfire, and the only thing I remember doing was and that's all I remember doing. That exact facial expression. And I don't know why.
The stage direction.
There
is
was someone
flawless.
else who did something, and I was just like...
It was your evil henchman, and they were like,
know.
we couldn't kill the entire, I don't know,
Whatever you said.
USA Army.
I don't remember doing this, but I do remember... I remember the second time I did this, I remember the kids coming out of a tent to, do something at night. And I don't remember what that was either, but I remember them coming out of a tent. But the last scene, I got to get tied up with all of the counselors. And then all of the counselors were let free, and then I was stuck there like, guys, let me free, please.
Oh my god.
Please. And that's how it ended. And
So you guys were like campers at a camp, and you were like the bad kid?
I was the bad kid, and none of them liked me. And so they tied
no.
all of the counselors up at the end because I think of me. I was like, we're going to tie all the counselors up. And all the counselors were like, why are you doing that? Because Lee told us to. And then they're like, change of heart. And they switch. And then it's like, it turns into they're against me. And then I get tied up.
So it's the exact same story as Zeus on the Loose.
Basically.
Oh yeah.
But then the second time I did that with a bunch of people, I don't remember if Holly Shelley was part of that one. I remember Braden Jones was part of that one. That was a really fun one. But Braden Jones is basically the big the military I'm gonna put keep you all in line.
as a counselor guy.
Yeah, as a counselor.
Oh.
I was the flirtatious dreamy counselor that all of the female counselors were like, oh, he's so cute, and I was
I'm
like,
trying to picture Ryan being flirtatious.
It sounded like
It's just not.
antiseptic lover.
oh my
I'm not
gosh,
bitter about that.
that's so funny.
I'm attractive too.
But there's a scene in that where I am like, all right, come on, you want to see me bench press an elk, and I leave, and then
you
like
said
one of
that.
the
No, I've
girls.
heard you say that to me before.
Yeah.
You've definitely said.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and then one of the girl counselors follows me, and I'm like, okay, all right.
oh, I didn't know.
This
Shoot,
is
now
great.
I gotta find an elf.
But this is like the little kid me, and I'm like, this is so
my God.
awkward.
It's a girl.
So that was fun.
That's amazing.
I also got to play another one with Braden Jones, where we were rivaling caveman tribe leaders.
Yeah, I remember.
That was a really fun one.
So it's a Saturday
uh,
afternoon.
so we both got the clubs and
brunch.
stuff. And
Yeah.
it was a good
Oh my
time.
gosh.
I wore a Jedi robe because I had nothing else to wear.
I do remember a line from my first play. I remember at one point, those of you who are familiar, those are the 3 of you who are familiar with the story of Job. At one point, when he finds out all his kids are dead, he sounds so
How
horrible,
old
but
were
it's
you?
true. I was 7.
That's
so I
really
was
dark.
he tears his clothing and he shaves his head. So they made a joke about it, which was very sacrilegious. I'm realizing, looking back, they made a joke where it was like,
So casual.
I'm also wondering if it was because of budget cuts, but a girl comes up to me, a servant comes up to me and is like, "Oh, by the way, your family's dead." And I remember I had to say like, "No, I shall tear my clothing and shave my head." And then she says like, they do the whole thing where it's like, you were born with a full head of hair, so it's like, it's okay. You came into this world with hair. You can leave it with hair. And I remember I had one really sassy line where I had to look at the audience and I'd say, "Very well, suppose I do not have to shave my head." And that's all. That's all I remember from that show.
Yosh.
Very well.
Yes.
But this is 7-year-old Cam.
And she was like, "Very well, suppose I will not have to shave my head," which had spikes on it. It was not much to shave. It was like,
Kid Cam.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oof.
That's so wonderful.
there was another production where I had to play Jesus, and that was the first time I ever forgot a line.
I was Jesus once in the
Nice.
show. I was
I've
in the
never
Crown.
played Jesus.
That's because you're Satan.
I was Boy Jesus. And thanks for watching the live stream. End it.
But no, the first time I ever
hurt
forgot.
deeply.
I'm so sorry.
Ryan's just like crying.
Also, luscious locks of lusciousness from Swifties.
no,
Oh
if
my
it's
gosh,
spiked
it's so
hair,
bad.
that's like.
Thank you,
yeah.
Andrew.
Less than an inch. It was
Oh,
so
it's
bad.
so bad.
And it
Oh
was
my
so
gosh.
blonde. It was so
And
blonde you could
had
barely
that
see
for
it.
how long?
People asked me if. No, they didn't actually, but like they asked me if I had cancer because it was just like you couldn't see the hair at all.
Oh, gosh.
But no, the first time I ever forgot a line, I walked on as Jesus, and I was talking to this woman. I think it was probably like Mary Magdalene, and we were sitting on
You
this
know, 'cause that's
bench.
appropriate for kids.
Play Mary. So we were sitting on this bench.
Hi,
No,
Jesus,
incorrect.
take the wheel.
Incorrect. Character development.
Jesus.
So, Ryan, play Mary. So we were sitting
Okay.
on this bench.
I'll turn your
And
And I
water
was in
into
like a
wine.
beard and a wig
Oh
and
my
a
gosh.
robe and all this stuff. I felt amazing.
That's
The beard
glorious.
was itchy as heck. That's okay. So I was sitting there with all this stuff, and I got
Did you
halfway.
just swear? You were Jesus. You can't swear.
I didn't hear any.
I got halfway through a line, and I completely blanked, and it was at the most awkward point in the sentence because at one point. Well, first of all, the sentence included the word "baby," and you'll never guess what word I forgot the line after. So it ended with like, it was like, "You poor baby." I felt my eyes go wide, and I was like, "I'm so screwed." And then she just had to mouth it to me, but like, I had a beard on, so I couldn't say like, "What?" You just saw the beard move, so she's like, "What's the holdup?" And I was like, "What's my line?" She's like, "What?" What's my line?
What's my line?
Eventually, she was like, "You poor baby child, you must feel awful." And I was like, "You poor baby child,
Oh.
you poor baby child."
That's better. That's more
So-
historically accurate.
that was fun.
I was Jesus too in a show in the Crown at New Life. Wow.
Oh, in the crown. In the
I
crown. I like
Hayden
the
was
crown.
actually someone who was the lead kid.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
Boy Jesus. Were you a part of that?
I think I was. Well, I wasn't part of the show, but I was in the crowd.
That's the most important part of the show.
So I was
That's
Boy
true.
Jesus, and they had a time traveling tree house.
Yes.
And it was a brother and sister.
I remember
They
this.
met me. I had an entire dance number. Not only did I have a song to myself in Under God's Sea in 3D,
Yeah.
I had an entire dance number to Miley Cyrus's Hoedown Throwdown.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That I
I
still know the
remember that
dance
number.
moves to.
I remember
Up-
that number. I
up
don't
and
know if
down.
you were casted that time, but I remember that number.
did it multiple
clearly.
times.
Yeah.
They did the same crowd every time.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
But-
Miley
and then-
Cyrus, I didn't like you before 5
And-
minutes ago, but I'm okay with you now.
And the Jesus that actually was Jesus, because eventually they get back in the time machine, and then they go to the future where there's actual Jesus, and they have like the story of Jesus. I'm the one that was like in the temple that like stayed
Yeah.
behind. So I was like, I'm.
Right,
they're
right,
like,
right.
oh,
you
you
They're all
danced
like,
to
oh my gosh,
Hoedown
you're so
Throwdown.
right.
It was a thing. Okay.
That's so funny.
When they
Um,
say Jesus taught the apostles,
but, like,
who
the
did
real-
he teach them?
The real Jesus, like super awesome guy, first of all. But he actually had to learn the dance because they're like, wait, who are you? And he's like, don't you remember me? And then he does.
And he does that dance too.
Like, not the entire dance, but he does some of the dance too.
That is
And then
glorious.
the ending number was the dance.
That
and
is
the
so
director
funny.
had me go to the front of the entire thing, like, for my bow. And I did the dance. And
The
then, like,
sacrilege
other
is
people
real.
come out. No, it's not sacrilegious. Jesus does the
Oh my
down,
gosh,
throw
yes,
down. Jesus knows how to throw down.
Jesus danced too. Come on.
He turned water into wine. Of course he danced.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's
Nice.
so
That's
slow
so
down,
funny.
throw down.
Your Jesus story.
Pop it, lock it, polka dot it, country fine, hip hop, production side and side, go up the left, stick glide, zigzag, cross the floor, shuffle in diagonal when the drums hits, hands on your hips, 1 foot in one.
I
eight,
forgot
six,
how
zigzag,
catchy that
set,
song
slide,
is.
Lean and left and clap 3 times now, check it out, head to toe, throw it all together, that's how we roll. Do the hoe down.
Oh my gosh.
I'll just be over
I don't
here
know whether
with
to
the
be
comments.
impressed or
So,
concerned.
help me. Type in the comments. Save me. Save me, please.
Okay.
Hang on.
What else can we tell?
Some
the
people
story
like
of?
my dancing.
What
Well,
else?
Miss K doesn't because I actually didn't dance at all in the musical. Or my
Correct.
freshman year. Sophomore year, I had a solo in a dance.
Thank you,
But
brother.
then I never had that again.
Run while I still
Is
can.
it 'cause
Yeah, I
Miss K
did.
hates my dancing?
Bye.
Yes, it is.
No. Everyone hates you. Oh! Cut.
Alright, thanks for watching the stream, guys.
Okay,
I
so-
cry myself to sleep.
What else can we?
Hi, Mandy.
It's a hoedown. Throw down.
What else can we tell a story about? We can tell.
My
the sto-
eyes are up here, Cam.
We can tell the story. I hate you so much.
Stop standing.
Why is it on that level?
Okay.
I
what other
really
stories do we have
hope
here?
you didn't get that joke. We can tell a story about our failed sketch. We never
Oh,
went into.
yeah.
There's no such thing as a failed sketch. Oh wait, are you talking about the one that is a pun about
Talking
how
about
it's
Mary
a failed
Poppins?
sketch? Because that was a failed sketch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, are you acting it out? Okay, glorious. So, the year is 2016.
It was 2017.
I still had spiky hair for some
No,
godforsaken
27 It was
reason.
definitely 2017.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was.
It
Oh
was
my
last
gosh.
year.
Was that summer? Wait, is it summer?
It was fall.
It was fall. Okay.
School
Fall.
started.
2017. We were getting
Fall.
back into our habits with KDM. We've done a lot over the summer.
No,
But-
we hadn't.
no, we hadn't.
27 weeks of content silence, Cam.
No, we had. No.
You had 27 weeks of content
Well,
silence.
I'm the exception
Ryan and
to
I
everything.
started streaming. That's when we've been streaming every week since then. Just
Woo.
kidding. That's a lie.
Yeah. It's a lot.
So, anyways, I don't know what the year was. We'll say 2016 and 2017. We had just decided that we wanted to do another sketch. So we were in the writer's room, and we were debating what we wanted our next sketch to be. We wanted it to be brilliant. We wanted it to be good, because not a whole lot of our stuff is good, but we needed something good. So we sat down and we wrote, and we wrote, and we wrote, and we came up with the sketch. It's a Sign, airing in theaters near you. So we came up with this sketch, and it was. You're the actors. I don't pay you to give your opinion. So,
We make no YouTube revenue, I'll have you know.
well, I get at least a third of it. So, anyways,
Hey, I
we
still
wrote
get
this
paid.
on.
I need to get paid back from KDM.
We
Get
wrote.
100% of my revenue from my channel, so get wrecked.
We wrote
And
this
100% of zero is
Excuse me.
Cam.
Thank you. We wrote this amazing sketch. It was great, and we had set up a weekend where we wanted to go and film. Now, normally, we just have us three, but we decided to call in some backup. So we brought Cam. We brought Rachel. I didn't actually see what you did, but I'm sure it was brilliant. So we brought them. We were like, we need some extra hands here. We got a cooler full of water. We got our computers. We got my nice mic. We got mic stands, multiple mic stands. We had our outfits picked out. We had the perfect lighting in the sun from where we were at. We were traipsing through the forest with the pole, first of all. So we looked like a bunch of doofuses. We actually passed a lady on the road walking her golden retriever who looked at us like we were slightly crazy, which honestly, she may have been right. But we are walking through the forest. We find the perfect spot. We're like, this is it. This is where we're going to perform the sketch. Okay, that's kind of important. So we find it. We set up. We get our stuff going. I'm working on my mic. Zach is over there working with the camera. Ryan is working with the cast members, all two of them.
It's literally you two.
Yeah. So he's working to get us ready, and we start shooting. and then it all goes downhill. Because it was going great, or so we thought. Well, first of all, I had set up my audio in the bushes. Someone be a bush. I had shoved it into the bush somewhere to disguise it so that you couldn't see it on camera. I'd shoved my computer in there to record the audio, and I hit record, and I didn't worry about it after that. Then we moved to Ryan. He'd set up the camera. He'd found the perfect angle. We started recording. Bang! It was going great. I had scrapes all over my knees from falling. Zach mocked me the whole time.
It
was great.
It really wasn't that bad.
You
So-
were wearing jeans.
I still have a pine needle in my third vertebrae. So we were falling, we were laughing, it was great. We got like almost all the shots done. And that's when everything went downhill. Zach stopped the camera and took a second to look at the shots. You'll never guess what wasn't in focus.
Everything.
Anything. I go over, I'm like, you know what?
Accurate
At
answers,
least
anything and everything.
At least the audio is salvageable. So I go over to the bush, I unstick my computer, and I pull it out. And I'm looking through the audio, I'm listening to it, and I'm like, this has a really nice beat to it. And that's when I realized,
So our talking has a good rhythm, and like you can understand us because we are like clear, right?
Yeah, right.
because it was set to the timing of the automatic metronome, which I had not paid attention to. So unless we wanted the whole thing to sound like a really poorly coordinated song, we were going to have to record the whole thing over again. And at that point, it was like 7 o'clock. And it was still fall, so it got dark way later.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had time.
Yeah, so we went in, we reevaluated, and we just decided to scrap the whole day. So it was literally like 5 hours of us getting nothing done while working
Yeah, that
so
really
hard.
sucked.
It was really
That
bad.
was-
That was
But we are hoping to actually like redo that sketch once the weather
Eventually.
gets nicer. Yeah, because
But
we might take a
think-
while.
But you know what, guys? I think it's a sign.
That's the joke of the sketch.
which you don't understand,
Makes you
but
proud.
you know.
We do, and we suffer.
Every single time someone says it.
So it's so funny because whenever someone says like it's a sign, we all three like make eye contact and whimper.
Have you heard? So, I don't know. There's other stories. You want to tell? Well, I want to tell a quick story, and then Ryan, I have a story that I think you should tell because you know it best.
okay.
Has it snowed there yet? Hang on one sec. No, it has not.
It
It's
really
really
has.
sad.
It's really weird.
We didn't have a white Christmas, so
You need to fix the camera.
that was a bummer, but that's okay.
So
I gotta be home by 9:30, so
that's fine.
like 15
It's
minutes.
9, so you're good.
Yeah, one. You just get a minute after Ryan tells the story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, tell a story.
So, well,
I need to tell
here,
the story.
so
Oh, you're telling a story first.
yeah. So
There's a cue.
when
I
we
didn't realize.
write our sketches, when we write KDM cuts, when we write anything, sometimes it's completely improv. But then sometimes we do have like kind of a little like script that we go off of. But our writing processes are really funny.
Oh, yes.
Because they come from inside jokes.
Yeah.
So the original joke for the It's a Sign sketch was it was during a fire drill. We were all walking out together. I think it was second period, and so we were all together, right? Because we all have second period together.
Yeah.
And we were ignoring the other three classmates because that's what we do.
So it's second period.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So we were walking out.
Shout out to him.
And then we were like, hey, how funny would it be if, like, one of us walked into a sign and that we're like, huh, it's a sign. And then we wrote an entire sketch on it.
Yeah.
I think we physically demonstrated.
yeah.
Yeah, no, we definitely did the thing where you,
man.
like, kick it at the bottom.
Yeah.
You act like you hit it. You're like, ah. It's like, oh, that's a sign.
Oh, it must be a sign.
You're like, wait, it's a sign? What do you mean? It's like, no, it's a sign. And then it's like,
Oh,
it's a sign.
It's so sad because the sketch was so brilliant that
Yeah.
we wrote for that.
Oh, well, maybe we'll still do it.
We probably
I still have the sign, so we can.
I still have the script.
We literally built a sign for it
Yeah,
out of wood.
I had
and
to
painted
paint it. That was the most stressful experience of my entire life.
Yeah.
Was sitting in silence painting the sign because
Yeah.
it had to
You're
be
not doing a
perfect.
very good job of it.
I know.
No,
You want
no, because that was the line. It was the. Because you painted
joke from the sketch.
Wow, I love these. But no, Ryan, you should tell the story of our first sketch ever. Because that's
Our
also a story.
first sketch ever is the most popular video on KDM right
Yeah.
now.
It was a good
Is
video.
It is so funny.
Still.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh dang!
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that was a good video.
If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It is
Link in the description.
super long. I haven't put that
I think
in
it's
the
our.
description.
I would say it's my favorite video.
It's so good.
It's
The,
one of my
the title is
favorites.
very long. It is our most popular. You can see it on our homepage most likely. But the story behind that was what? Were we going over to like record or something?
I think
we were
going
record
to
videos or
record.
something.
I think we were gonna record a Minecraft video.
We're back. Are we back?
No. Oh,
Oh,
wait,
we're back.
wait.
Why is this so hard?
I don't know. It really is.
I don't know
Andrew,
why it does that.
Andrew, I just saw your comment and it made me the happiest man alive. I love your word choice of powerful. I think that's incredibly significant, and I approve. So,
Good
anyways, picking up where we
Anyways,
left off.
we decided breakfast for dinner for this recording shoot that we were gonna do. I don't remember exactly what we were gonna do.
Yeah.
But we decided breakfast for dinner. We're gonna make pancakes. Yeah. And
We're
so we
gonna
had
make a video of us making pancakes.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what I
and then-
suggested.
well,
I was like,
see,
what if we
yeah.
vlog making pancakes?
pancakes.
Wait, no, we had thought of this earlier because Cam went to the store and bought bacon.
No, yeah, we planned ahead.
Oh yeah, we planned ahead for like making food and stuff and for like a vlog, but we didn't think it would turn out into this amazing, beautiful, most viewed sketch.
So we started like
Yeah.
First of all, I think you had everything set up by the
Yeah.
time we walked over, like the camera and
Yeah.
everything. I was like, this is legit.
Yeah.
And so we were like ready to make pancakes, and then Zach came over, and something about seeing Zach just triggered in my head. I was like, we can make this so funny.
Yeah.
And so we
So I grabbed a knife and I was like, Zach, this is your job now.
Well, because I said, because originally I wanted to do a challenge video
Yeah.
because at the moment, the 1,000-degree knife challenge was a big thing.
Oh yeah, huge thing.
And so I wanted to kind of do a little like mockery of it. But Cam was like, no, that's not enough for a video. Also, we should do a cooking video.
yeah.
So I'm like, hey, I'll stab you with this knife. He says, wait, before you do that, because you can do that later.
Get the camera rolling.
I have a better
Roll the
idea.
camera.
And then that's when it kind of combined into
Yeah.
the pancake vlog. 1,000
Just so you all know, he
challenge.
did in fact make good on his word and stab me after we were done recording. That was
I apologized.
that's not
No,
enough.
I didn't actually apologize.
That's really not enough.
I'm sorry.
So
Don't ask
anyways,
where, we won't show you.
literally the conflict between me and him, like deciding on who's gonna like control the course of the video, was actually based on
Yeah.
real events.
Yeah.
'Cause we sat
And like
there.
the entire thing was improvised. There was a
Yeah.
few lines that were scripted. The very first line we took a bunch of takes for. Cam's line that was, and now comes the painstaking task of making pancake batter,
my
which, by the way, is like the least painstaking task you can ever have.
Yeah.
Ever heard of irony? Oh my gosh.
And then
You underestimate my powers.
those pancakes were really good,
I
but
have-
They were so
if you
good.
watch it, you can
Oh.
definitely see things that were like, well,
I
that
got to
was
eat them
not
at the end.
scripted.
Oh yeah.
Like
There's-
flipping, like making a heart.
Oh my gosh.
There are several points where you could actually see the microphone in
Yeah.
frame, and I was like looking back on it. I'm
Oh
like,
my gosh.
Oh, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
So
But
funny.
that was awesome, and it was funny because literally how shouts would go is we'd like, well, first of all, we basically write scripts on the spot. We say it's
Yeah.
improv, but we basically like we do a shot and we're like, I liked that about that shot. Let's change this. So we just kind of build off of what we just previously
Yeah, but
did.
we only like write like down the script and like edit it and
yeah.
like
yeah.
So, how shots
Sometimes.
would usually go would like Ryan would start the camera going, and me and Zach would do our thing, and then he'd stop and say, "Okay, why don't someone make the bacon now?" And we'd move
Yeah.
the shot, and we'd start recording again, and we'd
Yeah.
just like go for it.
Especially with like the cooking aspect of it, we couldn't like waste time.
Yeah, we
'cause,
couldn't
like things were
stop.
cooking.
We were
so-
actually cooking.
Yeah.
yeah, like and we didn't like turn on the heater all. That it went really well though.
Yeah.
Like, it could have
Ah.
gone so badly, but like the pancakes like turned out both like perfectly cooked, not burnt.
Yeah.
I said you can cook your own bacon. I cut into an M&M. Everything went really
Yeah.
well.
It was just so funny.
The M&M cut
copyright
is still
thing.
one of my favorite
Yeah,
things.
copyright jokes.
Also, the copyright
Ah.
joke. I'll have you know, I was the one that was concerned about copyright things, and they're
Yeah.
like, Zach, you need to calm down. It's not a big deal, and
Because
like
we're
people actually
not a
don't
huge
care about
YouTuber.
copyrights.
No one cares.
And I was like, okay. But they're like, what if we made this into a joke? And
Yeah.
then Cam was the one freaking out about it in the video.
Yeah.
But,
So good.
I was the one freaking out
And we've
about it in
since
real
brought
life.
it back. If you haven't seen Christmas KDM cuts, there's a joke about that in there
Yeah.
as well.
Which one was that? Which one was that? Oh, that was the
Those Jingle My
Royalty
Bells.
Free. Yeah. Yeah. Ding.
Wait.
Wrong eye.
Oh my
We had
gosh.
that in other things too, I
Good
think.
times. Oh yeah, it's been in plenty.
Yeah.
We make tons
One
of
of our
jokes about it,
reoccurring
like
jokes.
at least on our own. I'm sure you've caught a few of them on live streams. Those of you who
Yeah.
tune in regularly.
Ooh, I just thought of a good T-shirt idea. Would be just it has copyright on it and it has like a dictionary definition of copyright, but it's not cited.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
But we have like copyright Webster's at the very bottom.
No, we wouldn't have that. Like that's the whole point. It's like
The back just says this shirt is illegal.
that'd be good.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so funny.
Goodness.
Let us know if you
Okay.
want merch.
If
We-
people
yeah, we
want
are- we are planning-
shirts, we will make shirts.
We are planning to release some merch at some point. We're not
Maybe
really sure
when we're
when.
larger, so share with all of your friends.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
That video was and is amazing.
It
So
is.
true, Mandy. Yes.
Thank
That's
you.
why I don't know. That's probably my favorite video on.
I like that one, and I like Gang Beasts.
That's one of
That's one of my all-time
that's one of my
favorites.
See,
too.
I wasn't a fan of Gang Beasts when we recorded it. When he uploaded the video, it took me about a year to get over how
bitter
awful
you
I was
were.
at it.
I love.
People want
And
merch.
I had a broken controller.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. You did not have a good day that day.
I did not have a good day.
But
That was so good,
I
though.
love. I'm so torn now.
Yeah, what's
'cause
your
I
favorite
love-
video? Favorite video, and then we gotta end the stream.
Okay, my favorite
On
video
KDM.
is probably either the pancake vlog or our very first KDM cuts.
Oh, I love that.
Just
video.
because I think it's so funny.
It's so
That's
good.
another
We
one
have
that
some
was
good
entirely
videos.
improv.
We have some really good videos.
I love our cartoons video. Why you should carpool.
Yeah.
I love that
I
because
love
that was
Please
totally
Sponsor.
impromptu.
Okay,
When we
I
were
was
driving
Yeah,
home.
no.
I was
'cause
like,
I just started recording and Ryan didn't even know. That's why some of the times,
Yeah.
like sometimes during the recording, he like looks at the camera. And is
yeah, I'm like, what the heck? Yeah,
For one of them, I think it's like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
I put
Yeah.
it in the middle.
right before that video. Zach ran up to me as I was getting into my car. He was like, "Record yourself driving," and I was like, "Okay." So I literally sat with the camera on the way home, and I was like, "I don't really know what I'm doing. I'll do a couple different expressions, and he can choose the ones he wants." But
yes.
I did, and I edited it that night.
Yeah, that was
That was
fun.
so good. It turned out so good.
Yeah, we've had some good videos.
Go check out our
Go
quality
check out.
content.
There's
We
a
should
playlist.
We should make a
playlist.
Yeah,
There
that's what I was
is
about
the
to say.
Totally Sketch playlist already out. I've added every
Well-
video to it.
Well, no,
No,
we
I
do
think we should make,
a playlist of KDM favorites.
Fair, yeah.
I have our top, like,
Our top
five,
picks.
I think,
Ooh.
our like best 5 videos.
Yeah, we could
Then
do,
come
like,
two
we could
over
do
together.
KDM top
Mr.
5.
Dragonfire's favorites, Dr. Radiant's
I don't know
favorites.
if we're
Yes,
able to
that's
do
a
that.
lot.
I
That's
think
too
we
much.
just have our
Okay.
top 5 videos.
KDM top 5, and we'll just agree on them. In fact, let me.
We'll make that playlist actually as soon as we finish
in
up
there,
the stream.
yeah. Yeah, for sure.
But we do.
People are
gotta
saying
head
yes,
out.
merch.
Yes, merch.
Swifty is saying you need to react to Narfman reacts to Zach reacts number 1. Zach reacting to air title too long.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Swifty, for appreciating our comedic
Coming
videos.
soon. Coming soon.
Oh,
I
it's
promise.
so
I'm
funny.
so excited.
It's gonna be a
so funny,
tearjerker.
it's so-
This is one of my favorite series that we've done, and it's the funniest, most ridiculous, out of the box. What the heck? Like,
so- I'm excited because it becomes more and more warbled.
yeah.
As we'll be recording over it, because you can hear me very clearly because I turned down your audio for your video.
Right.
Yeah.
After your little pun, because I edited your video slightly.
Thank God you didn't talk in the original video because you wouldn't even be
Yeah,
able
no,
to.
but how
that
perfect
one
is that? It was me. So the first video is me silent. I
Yeah.
didn't even. There was no audio. I removed the audio in case there was like a fan
Yeah.
sound.
And he was texting us as he was recording.
Yes, I was literally texting
That's
them.
right. I remember
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. And
That's
then
so-
Ryan was very quiet during his
Yeah, I
reaction.
was-
There was a few things you were
Sweet.
exhausted. You had your birds
Yeah, I was
chirping,
so- I
you
had
drank
just
some
woken up.
water, Yeah.
I just woken up. I was thirsty, and my birds were just waking up at the same time. So everything was against me, and it was
then
amazing.
Cam actually was talking like
Yeah.
occasionally.
I went
And then
full
I was
out.
laughing the entirety of the thing.
And then I wasn't in the video.
so we'll see what
I
Cam does
Yeah,
left.
and if you want to wait to find out what I've got up my sleeve, check out hopefully sometime
Check out
next
Dr.
week.
Radiant.
Thursday,
Click that
right?
bell icon as well to
Thursday?
get notified when he uploads it.
I upload on Tuesdays, so it'll probably
He
be up
uploads
on
on
Tuesday.
Tuesdays. I upload Wednesdays,
Wednesdays.
Wednesdays.
Wednesday?
Wednesdays and
Wednesdays.
Saturdays. That's me. So,
Yeah, I am Tuesdays and
and
Thursdays.
I honestly am doing the best out of the three of us. So let's just send all the subscribers this
That's
way.
fair.
Because
Get 'em over.
I am not the one that needs them. So,
I'm highly offended.
well, it's
You just
No,
passed
don't
me in
touch me.
subscribers.
Did I? High five.
By one.
Did he really?
Those fake
Yeah.
accounts are worth it.
I know.
Did he really? How many
No,
subscribers? do you
honestly
have?
though,
35.
so of the three of us, Ryan is the one who is the most dedicated to it. He's the one
Yeah.
that uploads 2 videos a week. Cam and I do 1 video a week, if that. Well,
Yeah.
I do 1 video a week.
I usually
Cam
do like
does-
one video a fortnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been 38 weeks of content silence from
Oh
me.
Sorry,
my
guys.
gosh. Yeah. Wait, Dragonfire is 37.
How
You
many do
passed
you
me by
have?
2.
Oh.
I have 35. Way to go,
Um,
fam.
Wait. Let's check.
but we're all having fun with it.
Let's make
Yeah.
absolute sure. Dr. Radiant has 35, yeah.
Mhm.
You're right.
I
But
keep
yeah.
checking.
Hey, thank you
doesn't
guys for
change.
tuning
No,
into
not
the stream.
Tuesdays. Why not Tuesdays? Aw.
Why not Tuesdays?
Then just watch all mine on Wednesdays.
I have
Stop
a
it.
I have a personal
Oh, that was
vendetta.
a reference from Mandy? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
I was
we'll
gonna
get
say
it.
I legitimately have a personal vendetta against all Tuesdays and Thursdays
And the number 4.
and the number 4. This is true. So I'm hoping
Mandy
to
gets
actually
it.
hoping to do an I think I just said the same 3 words over. We're gonna try again.
I don't know.
I'm planning to do a video at some point explaining why I upload on Tuesdays and
Yeah.
Thursdays because they're very specific days, but they're very personally picked days. So
That's great.
yeah,
That's-
be on the lookout for that. But there's lots of stuff coming, so we know this is a little out of the box for us to just kind of talk to a camera for
Yeah.
like an hour and a half. So thank you for sitting through all
Tell
of
us
it.
what you thought. If you want to see this again, leave a like.
Yeah,
Comment on the actual VOD afterwards even. That's
Mm-hmm.
You comment here too, but do all the commenting.
You promised me to tell if there's anything haunting you.
Yeah.
tune in next week. We're finishing.
You
Story
leave
Behind.
without saying
Fine,
where
no,
you're going away to. Should I worry that you won't come back?
Wait, no.
Should I worry that you will forget? A sense is telling me I shouldn't worry, you know the truth. Ooh, yeah. I can never take away our story now. And I know you feel it too, our story, it's too precious now, yeah.
Live again.
Yeah, so
This happens way
no
too often.
no one could hear what we were saying there.
All I tried to do was add text, I swear. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, all of us salute at the same time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo!
Ah!